What are we even doing here? Oh, it's Star Trek show and tell time. Now, when you like Star Trek, word gets out and your friends start giving you all kinds of Star Trek presents, and my wife's buddy Ben gave us this collection of Star Trek zines a couple of Christmases ago. It's a field guide to the aliens of Star Trek: The Next Generation. And it's kinda supposed to be like a middle school student has to do a report or something, or they gotta make some kind of creative writing project. So they make this little guide to the aliens of Star Trek. And he starts with season 1, and you see this like kids style handwriting, you know? This looks just like my cursive did back when I wrote cursive for school. Now I don't even think they teach it to children anymore, which, whatever, that's cool. For my creative writing project, I decided to write a guide to all the aliens on the TV show Star Trek: The Next Generation. I think that this is the best show on TV, and I think people would benefit from knowing about the aliens that appeared on this show. Okay. So he really goes in order here by the episodes. And here we're talking about the different aliens that are part of the crew. And here's, of course, this is Deanna Troi. She's like, you know, an alien. And here's Data. And he says that even though he's not really an alien, he loves Data. He really like talks about loving Data throughout the series here. And you get some little like biographical tidbits here that are kind of interesting, you know, and you start to see how this kid, you know, maybe he's a little paranoid about being picked on, and you know, it's like typical school days kind of stuff. Here's Mr. Worf. And then here's aliens not of the Enterprise. Okay. So he's got those guys that show up at an encounter at Farpoint. And like, it's like, these guys look like humans, but they are not. You shouldn't trust them. They captured a space jellyfish and enslaved it, which is pretty much the jerkiest thing you can do. Yeah. And here's Q. A lot of the time, Q acts like a jerk, but I also kind of like him. He picks on people, but it seems like the ones he picks on are the ones who are full of themselves. Yeah, maybe like Captain Picard, right? Here's the space jellyfish. Oh yeah. That's a good one. The Ligonians. Oh, this is one of these sort of problematic ones, you know? Yeah, we know this. Code of Honor. He gives them a 1 star. And then Ferengi, he gives them 2 stars. I don't get these aliens at all. They seem really dumb, and all they care about is making money. Yeah. And then we have Tau Alpha Cetans. I think this is the Traveler. This is the guy who takes Wesley away eventually. And Lonely Among Us, Energy Cloud aliens. Yeah. This is the one where these aliens sort of take control of the bodies of some of the crew. What happens? He says, at first it seems like the aliens being mean on purpose, but maybe it was just confused and didn't really understand what humans were. I think it would be cool to have the power these aliens have. They fly around and go wherever they want, but if they need to talk to somebody, they can just take over someone's body. This seems like a really useful ability. If someone was trying to beat you up, they couldn't because you don't have a body. And then we have these Antikins. Yeah, okay. 2 stars for them. They're like these kind of dog guys. And there's these snake guys. Okay. All right. Ito, we remember this one. This is where Wesley gets in trouble for walking on the grass or something. Nobody hardly wears any clothes on this planet.
The good life, Worf. I am not concerned with pleasure, Commander. I am a warrior.
Even Klingons need love now and then.
But with the females available to me, sir, Earth females, I must restrain myself too much. They are quite fragile, sir.
And then, Gods of Ito. Okay, whatever. The Harada, right? From The Big Goodbye. Okay. I think they're, oh yeah, Picard has to practice talking to them because they're really difficult to speak to. Tyrellians, which ones are these? You know, we can't go through all of these. I don't want to give all this away. Aldeans, Vulcans. The Vulcans kind of show up, I guess kind of later in season 1, huh? Zaldan. Okay. Benzites. We remember this guy. He's kind of annoying. Sure. These aliens are blue and they have weird faces and they need a special device to breathe because normal human air is not enough for them. And if they just breathe, that they would suffocate. I think that would be weird. Okay. And then, what's this one? Who knows? And the Breccians seem like huge jerks. They are super snotty and stuck up, even though the Arnerans use drugs. By the end of the episode, you find out that they are the good guys. This is the one where Tasha Yar gives Wesley the drug talk.
Drugs can make you feel good.
And here's Armus. This guy is the worst alien on Star Trek. He is horrible. He is evil and mean, and he looks stupid, and I hate him so much he killed Tasha for no reason. Yep. I hate him, I hate him, I hate him. He is so powerful, and it is not fair that he took Tasha away from Data. Isn't that sad? Conspiracy aliens. They're one of my favorites from season 1. Or really, it's all of Star Trek. I like this episode. And there's Commander Remick. Nobody likes him. And then the end of the show is the Romulans. You know, the end of the first season. Yeah. Bye-bye. And then it kind of just goes and goes through the different seasons. You see, like, this is like grade 8, and now we're doing it on computer. And we see, like, oh, here's Guinan, you know? And, oh, here's this deaf guy. He's great. Those are his friends.
Be at ease. I commend you both.
No, no, never, never! Death first! Riva! Death!
This is one of my favorites. It's from the Dauphin, sure. This is a pretty young lady that becomes friends with Wesley. I think it's like Wesley's first kiss or something, and then this mean lady, she like turns into this cute little bear to scare Wesley or something like that, you know? Not exactly that. Yeah. And you know, as we go through these, Borg are awesome. They are aliens who look like humans with robotic parts attached. As we go through here, you see his sort of like tone becomes more sarcastic, and he becomes a little bit more like teenage. There's the Fleetwood Mac guy there, and everybody loves him, Zach Dorn. And then, you know, he says in the foreword to this one, says like, hey, you know, my buddy at school who's totally cyberpunk showed me about zines, so now I'm going to keep making this as a zine, even though I don't have to do this for school anymore, okay? The most toys. This is a great episode. Great. Awesome Picard. Yeah, very cool. And but as the years go on, you see that you know, this kid writing the thing, this is like probably when he's supposed to be in the 10th grade or something. You know, he's always complaining about his mother. I guess his mother is like mentally ill or giving him a hard time or something, and he's really kind of doesn't like it. He kind of beats himself up over it, and you know, it's sad. He doesn't really see how to live with her. But then also he feels guilty that he's got to, you know, that he wants to leave, you know, that he wants to grow up and get out of the house and stuff. So you see all this, and you see how, you know, later in here, it's like he you know, oh, here's the Janai, and he's talking about how Riker, he thinks he's really selfish for, you know, having a romantic relationship with this lady, and, you know, bad things happen to her. And so as he gets older, he has more sophisticated commentary on this. So that's like very cool. And then we see some other things that happen here. Oh yeah, that guy, you know what I'm talking about. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, he kind of scratches out people he doesn't like. Yeah, imaginary friend. I don't know. That's a cool one. And then it just season 6 and 7. This is going to be my last issue. I don't know what I'm going to do after I graduate. I have thought a lot about leaving home once I finish school, because I fucking hate my life here. Part of me wants to get as far away from my mom as possible, but I'm worried what'll happen if I do. And this sort of thread crescendos until the very last page, and it's actually, you know, you can read this stuff in a pretty short sitting, and you know, the change in tone from the beginning to the end really is really, you know, the first time I read the very end of this, man, I was like, woo, you know, it's like the end of a good book, really. So if you got a buddy that likes Star Trek and has kind of a sense of humor or a dark sense of humor, you don't have to go to Chicago Comics and buy this as a zine. You can go to, I guess like Devastator Press, you know, that's online. And you can buy a book that's got all of this together. I don't know what they call that. Is that what you call an anthology? I don't know. Anyway, thanks a lot, Ben, for getting me and Andrea these books. And you know, if you've seen these and you enjoyed them or whatever, you know, leave a comment, because I really have never talked to anyone who's seen these before, and I couldn't find any other YouTube videos aside from some ones that the publisher had made, the publisher of the new book had made to promote it. So I'd really like to, you know, just like high five anybody that, anybody who's also into these. All right, thanks a lot. See you next time. Bye-bye.